Hey guys, welcome back. Orabomb here, bringing you the next match, the third game of our Kingdra GX Quagsire versus Ultra Necrozma, yikes, Naganadel Stakataka. Alright, so this is game 3. The first two games were pretty weird. The first game was me just struggling, or the second game was me struggling to set up. The first game was both of us like having a pretty okay game. Let's see if this third game can have one of us just like having a really good game. I do have a pretty decent opening hand here with a Horsey, I believe, in the active. Oh, it's a Vulpix. Actually, Vulpix is great because that means we can beacon for a bunch of Pokemon. And we also have a Nest Ball and a Horsey in hand, so that should give us some more Pokemon on the board, as well as hopefully a Quagsire. My opponent's going first here, though. They are playing what's it called? Poipole turn 1, got Stakataka. They have Ultra Space. Overall, they have a really good turn 1, which is great. But I also have a pretty decent turn 1 if they don't judge me here. And he's getting down he's getting down a, what's it called? Duskmane, which is cool. Not too bad. Surprised he didn't get down a second Poipole. Maybe he's confident I'm just not going to knock him out. And I mean, it's fair to be confident because like I'm not going to knock him out. I have no way to hit him for 70 damage turn 1, so I'm not too worried about it. Because I'm all about my setup. So he's pretty confident in just leaving this thing active with an energy on it. There's nothing I can really do to disrupt it at all. But I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. See if we can get here. Oh, I guess, okay, never mind. I thought he was ending his turn. He was not very clear about it. He's on an Ultra Recon squad, though. Discard a Kartana, because Kartana's useless in this matchup. He might as well do it, because he doesn't really have much else he needs to do this turn. Okay, now he passes. Okay, cool. So we get Nest Ball here. We're going to go ahead and use that. And we're going to be able to beacon turn 1, which is good, because that could potentially get us some Kingdras and Quagsires and stuff like that. We're going to go ahead and get down a Horsey. Play down another Horsey. Attach a Wander. Oh, and a Wooper. Look at that turn 1. That is powerful. Not much else we can do here. I can't copycat because he has a huge hand right now after the Ultra Recon squad, which is good. So we're definitely going to do that. I believe that's 9 cards. So definite punishment. I mean, copycat very rarely is good. But in those turns that you can get away with plays like that, I think it's definitely worth playing. Maybe I can see. I don't know, man. The more I test decks, the more I just want to play like all these random cool draw supports. Like I want to play like a 1 of Sophocles, a 1 of Copycat, like 3 Judges. I want to play a lot of different cards here. But we're only drawing 6. I guess he only had 6 in his hand, so it's not too bad at the end of the day. Regardless, we get to beacon here. We get to get ourselves a Quagsire, which is good because we want to get a Quagsire as soon as we possibly can. And we can get ourselves a Seadra as well. We can evolve one of these Horsies into a Seadra. And if he doesn't knock us out this upcoming turn, which is very unlikely because he just needs to get a Naganadel, which you can get with Ultra Space, we can actually beacon again, but that's not going to happen, obviously, as we just explained. But once again, I am still recording at my friend's house. If you guys hear any background noise, I do apologize. It's not going to be as quiet as I usually record in, because I usually record in my bedroom, which is very closed off to the most background noises. Oh, poor Molly is crying. It's alright, Molly, you're all good. She's not actually crying. She's just complaining that I'm not hanging out with her. But anyways, let's see what I missed. What did I miss here? Being distracted by this dog. I guess he's gonna go ahead and do the Ultra Space Shenanigans, get himself a Naganadel, which is cool because now he can take a knockout on this Vulpix, play an Ultra Ball, probably get himself, I would assume another Poipole. He's gonna go ahead and get rid of the Solgaleo Prism. Solgaleo Prism is definitely something I'm like gonna be toying around with. Like ideally, I definitely want to use Ultra Recon Squad more because I feel like the card is really good. You just need to have a deck built more to cater to it. So I want to play like maybe 2 or 3 Ultra Recon squads and just throw in some extra Ultra Beasts as well. Like we can always throw in a Xurkitree or, you know, just a 4/4 line of Naganadel, maybe more Duskmanes and Kartanas and stuff like that. But for the time being, we'll use this list and we'll play with that whenever we do our PTCGO videos of these deck lists whenever we get that opportunity. But he's gonna go ahead and Cynthia here. He got himself another Stakataka just to avoid being outcode. Realistically, this matchup, you only really need 1 Stakataka on the board to avoid awkward matchups from Kingdra, but it's nice to have more because it does prevent your Kingdra from doing its GX attack and putting too much damage on the board. For instance, if I were to GX attack, I'd only be doing 20 damage to all my opponent's Pokemon. It's like a flying flip, but a GX attack. It's not super great, but the thing is, I might be forced to actually do it. Just so I can take knockouts that have obscenely large amounts of energy. But he's going to go ahead and draw off his cards, draw his cards off Cynthia, see if he has anything else more to play. He's already attached for the turn. He's already evolved. He's already Ultra Space. He's just going to go ahead and take a knockout here. We're going to go out into a Horsey and see what we can do here. Do we have any ridiculous top decks? Like, do we have Kingdra? That'd be wild. Evolve the bench one. Evolve that into Quagsire. That's really good. We have Lele for the following turn as well. We'll go ahead and see what we can get here. Is that rare candy? I think we got rare candy. Which is cool, because if we land this order pad in our hand, that's going to be juice, because that's a Kingdra. Yatta! I think we got it. Yes! Order pad's the best card. So, we did manage to get ourselves a turn 2 Kingdra by discarding 2 water energies, which means we have active Aqua Patches as well. So, overall, this has definitely been a really good turn for us. My opponent has a great turn. We have a great turn. This is turning out to be a great match. I'm excited. So we can go ahead and rare candy for Kingdra, and we have a Lele in our hand, a manual attachment, so we can just draw whatever number of cards we need. Let's see if he chooses to play Cynthia or Copycat. Looks like Copycat's good, because as long as my opponent has 6 cards in their hand, I feel like Copycat's always just a decent card to play at that moment in time. Ideally, you want to play more, but 6 is like, you know, at least you're equivalent to a Cynthia, right? Ooh. All right, let's see what we got here. So what would make this next turn good? Maybe another Horsey down. I don't know if we need more Pokemon down. I mean, a Horsey would be nice, because then, like, if he knocks out Seadra next turn, we can evolve up to another Horsey later in the turn. A couple Aqua Patches would be good, like, ideally, right? We already manually attached, right? So we would need 3 Aqua Patches, 4 Aqua Patches, actually, which is not likely. So we're not going to bother with that. I am going to play it on the Horsey. So overall, it's a really good turn, because we're going to GX here, probably. GXing seems like the right play, because we can still Max Push later. We drew an extra card. Oh yeah, because he had 7, not 6. Okay, cool. That's right. So we did draw that extra card, which is a Kingdra for the following turn. We have Lele for Guzma plays as well. So we can actually pretty safely just GX this turn, putting everything in range of like easier knockouts for the future. So as you can see, I'm thinking about it, because like I could attack him for 10 damage, which would put him in range of easier knockouts, like 200. But then again, it doesn't really change too much with 2 stack attacks down. So hitting for 10 doesn't do anything. Hitting for 20 does do something. So we actually are going to GX. So everything's going to take a bunch of damage on the board. Unfortunately, it's only going to be 20, but at least we're putting things in range, right? Now, instead of needing 5 energies to knock out Naganadel in the active, we only need 4. And instead of needing 5 energies to knock out any of his Pokemon, we're only going to need 4. So that's good. And 4 is more attainable than 5 for sure. So let's see what my opponent does here. We do have a Lele on the bench, but luckily our bench is pretty set for future turns. So like I said, guys, this is what happens when you play stage 2 decks. Sometimes you get like really good hands, and then like you are set for the entire game, and there's not really much else you need after that other than like your decks to keep your cards to keep the combo going. Well, like other hands, like that other game where you're just kind of sitting there just waiting for something to happen, and you're just at the mercy of your deck. But here we both managed to get a really good setup. But he did finally get down to second point bowl, so he's getting that stuff ready to go. And I'm sure he has a couple of max potions he can use to heal up some of his mons. I would probably heal up my Duskmane. That would be my go-to card to heal. Then again, we still, like, Duskmane is still in range of 210, so it's still in range of 4 energies to take a knockout. So maybe I would just heal the Naga. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with healing a Naga. He's gonna put down another Duskmane, so this man is charging up his board. He's saying, knock me out, I dare you. I definitely don't have B-String. But he can't play down Lele. He just has 6 Ultra Beasts on his board altogether, meaning he's hitting for 120, 150 with a Choice Man. So he's taking 2 KOs now, which is very bad for me. He needs to hit for 120 minimum to take 2 KOs against my deck. So I guess he chose to just not to forego using Lele this game if it means that he gets some decent turns, some decent 2 KO shots. He's gonna go ahead and Cynthia here. And let's see. I'm just checking my notifications. Is this what we do with my crappy iPhone, like iPhone 4 or iPhone 5? I don't know what kind of iPhone this is. It's old though, because I don't have an actual phone. I'm just using my sister's old hand-me-down. I'm just like, I need to figure out what phone I want to buy. I want a good phone. That way I can play Pokemon Go easier. That's like the only real reason why. Because I have like YouTube Red, right? So I'm actually good as far as like data usage goes. I don't need to use that much data. Because like Pokemon Go doesn't take up too much data, and the only thing that I use that takes up the most data is like what, maps. I don't know. I don't know if maps take data, but regardless, back to the actual game. He's gonna hit me for 120 here, We're going to go ahead and draw. We do get another Kingdra down immediately, which is good. We could play Guzma here. Guzma doesn't really accomplish too much though. I'm probably just going to use my second attack to switch. I don't know, we'll see. Because we can land a bunch of like Aqua Patches and stuff. This wouldn't be like an awful play. Yeah, I'm just going to Cynthia. There's no point Guzmaing because like I don't really take a knockout or anything. I could like theoretically knock out a Poipole, and that would put me in even number prizes, or odd number prizes, but like that doesn't change the game for me. I still have to take another 3 more knockouts at minimum after that, so Cynthia's fine here. We just want to try to set up our board, continue to get more and more energies on the board, and we're okay with losing one. We're okay with losing 1 energy. I'm not okay with losing a Kingdra, but I'm okay with losing 1 energy here, as long as that means I can keep my board set up pretty strong. We did get 2 Aqua Patches there, so let's see what that does for us. And I don't know what the rare candy does. Actually, we have Stretcher in hand. If we have Stretcher in hand, that rare candy is pretty big. We do have Stretcher in hand actually, and we have Guzma for the following turn as well. So I think we just hold on to this hand and do nothing, and just go ahead. Yeah, we'll give him a Lele. We'll do 10 damage to him. Because what we have here is that if he does manage to Guzma and knock out the damaged Kingdra, we have access to Stretcher and we have Rare Candy. So we'll get the Kingdra back on our board, and we have 2 Aqua Patches, so we can put down 3 energies on the board. Altogether we will have 4, and we have Guzma, so we can actually just knock out that one of those Duskmanes on the board that have energies on them. So that's pretty cool. At least that makes it a little bit harder for him to take continuous knockouts with B-String shenanigans. So that's pretty cool. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's not the worst either. Let's see how my opponent reacts to this. Because for all they know, we have a really bad hand because we didn't do anything. That's why I like to not play cards if I don't have to. Like I could have played Aqua Patch there, but I didn't want him to like Guzma up Pokemon and just start removing energies off my board. So I'm gonna go ahead and double Aqua Patch. I'm gonna make that play I mentioned earlier. Probably going to knock out that Duskmane on the bench that has 2 energies on it. It's just unfortunate because if we do take the knockout and he does manage to get B-String and revenge us, we are in range of losing all of our energies on the board, which would be really bad. But it's fine because like he doesn't seem to have much, and his hand isn't like super big. So I'm just banking on him not having the B-Strings, to be honest. Like what else can I really do at this point? Like whenever you play against these decks and you don't have ways to take multiple knockouts at once, I don't really care about playing around cards because I just have to deal with it. There's no way for me to actually successfully play around it. We did take our knockout though. We have 2 more Guzmas. I don't think he has the B-String. Oh no, maybe he does because he's putting that thing active. Or maybe he's just banking on drawing it. Let's see. Show me no B-Strings. He can't. He could GX me actually because he only took 1 prize and I took 2. So he could GX me if he wanted to. He might not have the B-Strings. It doesn't look like he has the B-Strings because he's not actually playing anything down. He's on Lele here. Probably to get a draw supporter to help him find B-Strings. Cynthia's not bad. Okay, so he's just gonna dig for B-Strings here. He can manually attach, I suppose, but it doesn't. I mean, a manual attachment wouldn't be bad at all because that way, if he lands 1 B-Strings, at least he can GX, right? So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and Cynthia here, and there we go. And if he lands a B-String and a manual attachment, that is a knockout with a GX attack. But he forgot to flip over his GX counter. So he's already used his GX attack, guys, if you guys are curious. We just forgot to flip it over between games, I think. Because he has not used his GX attack yet. There was no way. He's only GX. He couldn't even charge up any GX attacks. So ignore the fact that it's a flipped over counter. It was just we forgot to flip it over between games. Don't worry about it. Let's see if my opponent gets it. He got a couple switches. He did not get the thing. The reason we're playing switch in this deck is because everything in this deck except Naga has like a 3 retreat cost. So we have to make sure that if we lead with anything that's not Naga, we have to have those switches around. We can also play Dawnwings in this deck. That's another Ultra Beast, but that aside. Just thinking out loud. So he's not going to be able to do anything. So he's going to actually pass, which means we can actually take a knockout here. We get to Max Potion, which is really good. We can Guzma up a Naga, and then we get 3 Kingdras on the board. Quagsire, 2 Leles. All of our Pokemon except for Lele is fully healed up. If we Guzma and knock out a Naganadel, he can't really damage us at all. We can also knock out a Stakataka. That doesn't really change anything unless we knock out both Stakatakas. Although Stakataka is kind of annoying because its GX attack is really strong. But if we take 2 prizes here, then Obviously, he can't B-string for the rest of the game. So we're just going to do our best to take, yeah, we're going to go ahead and go for the Naga. Naga's the only thing that's ready to attack us. He did whiff energies, and we're going to capitalize on that. And there's not too much else I really think I want to do. So we'll just go ahead and take our knockout. And we literally just have to knock out one more GX Pokemon to win the game. So let's see what my opponent can do here. He can probably Guzma stall a bit, but we still need just 4 energies on the board. He might judge, he might draw some more. He could GX with Naga, and then if he GXs with Naga, he can't GX with Naga. He doesn't have access to a B-string. No, never mind there. He's just gonna Cynthia then, and he's gonna, I don't know, like what can he do with Cynthia? If he play, like he actually just loses now. Did he just run out of Guzmas, or does he have a Guzma in hand? Because if he Cynthia's, he can't do anything. So I just take a knockout next turn. Actually, I don't take a knockout because that's, never mind. I'm thinking wrong completely. I'm only hitting 190 against this Naganadel because this is not the damaged one. We knocked out the damaged one. Okay, that's fine then. Probably should have knocked out the one that wasn't damaged, but I didn't have enough energies too, so it didn't matter. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, because he has 2 Stakatakas on the board, so we actually don't take a knockout. So Guzma would have only just stalled him an extra turn. We'll see what he gets here though. He wants to do damage. He wants to 2-hit KOS. Of course, I can retreat around, but he wants to 2-hit KOS. We don't have any more bench space, so we can't play down another Lele. He has the this thing right here, so he can hit us for some boosted damage. 150 damage. Dude, that thing can hit 180 with a choice band. Actually, he doesn't hit us for 150. He hits us for 110 because it's like a choice band in this scenario, which is not a 2-hit KO. He actually needs to find choice band next turn to take a knockout, but we're definitely not gonna let him take the knockout. Yeah, we just attach here. Oh yeah, because yeah, we hit for 250, which becomes 230 because we just attached the active to take a knockout there. So we did manage to win the second game pretty convincingly. So you guys got to see a bunch of different like just scenarios, right? You can either get those convincing wins like that, you can get those grindy wins like the first game in the last video, or you can get those just devastating losses like the last game in the last video. So it is what it is. That's the duality of stage 2s. But don't forget to drop a like if you haven't already, subscribed, share all the good jazz. Appreciate you guys for all the support. Definitely remember, if these videos do get those high like numbers, I do upload the deck list right away for you guys. So I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you for all the love. See you guys. Hopefully I have more videos recorded. So right now, as of recording, this is the last video I have recorded. But I wanted to get another game recorded. So if I have enough time between my work schedules, I'll get another game recorded for you guys. It really is just up to like, it's really just up to if you see a video tomorrow or not, right? So regardless, I'll see you guys with another upload. Peace.